welcome back. So on video number one, I showed you how to record a macro, and in video number two, I showed you where exactly that macro stored in your computer, and then how to find out how to locate it within your computer, right? So now on the third video, this is my last video on the macros. I just want to quickly show you how to record your calculations, right? In the first video, I was showing you how to add a solver. Maybe that wasn't clear enough to you to understand why am I really doing that, why am I recording that. But now let's say you have this spreadsheet, right? And then this spreadsheet, what you do is it contains your turnover, your yearly turnover, and then every month, every new month, you add the figures for that month, and then you have to delete the figures of the older month. So you are recording, or you are keeping the 12 months, what do you call, the revenue of that 12 month, and then this side you're calculating that 12 months total. So we have this yearly turnover, and then what we're saying is that every month, every new month, right, you have to add the figures. This month's total, it has to be added on this column, and then you come here, you delete the previous month or the older month, right? You remove it, and then you add a new month this side, and then perform calculations on this side. So you do this every month, and then on this part you have to add conditional formatting, so that when the target is met, or let's say maybe when it reaches 200, then there is a tax loss or anything that has to be applied there, or you just want to monitor this cell, so we can add conditional formatting on this part. But the main thing that we're looking at now is that every month, right, you have to add the revenue or the sales for this month, right, and then delete the older month. So that's the part that I want to record for you. I just want to quickly show you that. So I have this like the so now let me delete this, the older month. Okay, by the way, we need to start by recording. So I was just explaining to you the spreadsheet, right? So now we need to start by recording. Click on record, and then once you have clicked on record, remember we start by giving it a name, right? Like you have to give your macro a name. So let's say turnover. And then now, if you notice that this macro is only relevant on this spreadsheet, so there's no need for me to add it to personal macro workbook, because I only want this macro only on this workbook, right? Because it's only useful on this spreadsheet. So let me say this workbook, so that it will only appear when I click this particular spreadsheet. All right, and then turnover, and then this workbook, and then I say okay. All right, so notice now it has started recording. So stop recording, and then it's recording there. So now we said we have to remove the older month, which is this one, right? Press delete, and then I take this entire data, and then move it to the side, drag it to the side, and then this side I have to add a new month, right? See, now I have to change that and say fill month, right? And then I take this month cells, Control X, cut that, and then Control V there. You see, so I have recorded that process, and then automatically the calculations will take place this side, right? Because this is a calculated cell. I have that, and then now what I can do is I can stop recording and then take the entire thing and put it into a button that I will press, and then Excel will do this for me. Let me say stop recording, right? So we have recorded this. So first, on the first video, we created a tab, and then on that tab, we added the features, then we added the options on that tab. But now I want to add a button on this working area here, direct this working area. So let me click on this part now, and then you get the button, click on the button, and then do that. And then it says, okay, this workbook has one macro. Is this macro that you want to add to this button? I say, okay, and then I say, okay. So that macro is now bind or embedded on this button. So when I click on this button, I'll be running the macro that I've added. So I want to change the name. So you can rename that this so please add this month cells, right? Okay, so I have that button there. Please add this month sales, right? And then I have that button added already. Please add this month sales. And then down here, let's say now we have a new month, right? We have a new month, and then we have a new month. Let's say this month we made, let's say 88. Let's say 88. Um, and then you click on this button, automatically it will delete. You see, we have 15 August there, 16 July. So that means now we need the new month will be 16 August. So this one will be deleted, and then a new month must be added in the end if you got everything correct. Press there. You see, we have what? 16 August, and then the older month has been removed. So every month I do the same thing. Let's say we have a new month now. The new month we make now is 16 August, and then now we're in September. So we need to delete the older September, add the new September for this month. And then we say maybe this month we made like 100, right? And then we press, and then macro, it runs that, it deletes the older October, and then September, October, a new month going forward. So you have added this macro within the within this spreadsheet. And then we can go now to Visual Basic Studio and then check on the personal macros. No, by the way, this one is on this worksheet, right? So we check there via the Microsoft Excel objects. No, book 2. I think this is book 2. What's the name of this book that we are in? Or it's book 1. Let me close this. See, it's book 1, and then okay, there's book 1. So you can check under module. As I told you that on video number 1, that all the steps that you're going to be taking, they will be recorded. So all of those steps are recorded. You can see the steps are there. But the other thing is that when we're running the macros, right? Macros, there is no undo. So we need a button. We need to create a button that will prompt us or ask us to say, okay, are you really sure you want to run this macro before we run it? Because there is no undo option in the macros. So we need to create that. We need to create a button to say, okay, when we click this, and then there comes a pop-up message to say, are you sure you really want to run this macro? And then if you are sure, then you click yes. Because macros, there is no undo. So we want to record that. Visual Basic, and then you can see there we have book 1. And then now I need to give you that button. I need to show you how to add the button. So we need to be developers now. You do like a dim. Dim is more like a declaration. And then say answer. Answer is a variable. So you create a variable. Answer. Say as let's say VP. I want message box. VP message results. That's what I want. And then I say answer. You can say answer equals to I think it's it a yes, VP yes. Okay, I'm forgetting my code now. I think I have the code somewhere here that I can use, or that I used before. Let me check if I have that code somewhere here. Okay, here's what I'm looking for. Answer equals message box. All right, let me go back there. Answer equals to message, is it message box, and then that. All right, so we answer is equals to message box. We want a message box that will prompt a user to say, okay, are you sure you want to run this? So prompt, as you can see, the message that we need to type is a prompt message. Say, are you sure you want to run this macro? And then close there, and then do this. Right, you can see now this argument we're done. It moves to the next argument, and then button versus. So there are so many buttons there. So we need a button to say yes or no. VP yes or no. So we ask the user, we prompt the user, are you sure you want to run this macro? And then they'll see a message, an option to say yes or to say no. Let's say they click that button by mistake, so they will say no. If they really want to run the macro, then they will click yes. There we go, VPS, and then comma, the title now. Let's say add turnover, and then we close that, and then there we go. And then down here we need to write an if statement, right? If is it answer? If answer is it no, what's the if statement? Okay, let me check here. If answer equals to yes, then all right, we go back there. If answer equals to, is it VB yes? So that means if the user clicks yes on this part X, then we're telling Excel to do. If answer equals to VB yes, then Excel can run now this. If answer is no, then Excel will ignore that pattern, that option. And then we can close the if statement here, and if, right, you can see we've closed it there. So this dim answer as VB message results box, right? Dim is for declaring that variable answer as VB message box results. So we want to create a VB message box, and then answer is the variable equals message box. Are you sure you want to run this macro? So we're asking the user, that's a prompt message. If they click yes, we're giving them an option to click yes or no. Add turnover. If answer equals to VBS, then Excel or macro run this script. Okay, let's so we can also test the script there. You can click on that part, run sub. You see, this is what we just created now. Add turnover. Are you sure you want to run this macro? If yes, then they click yes. If no, they click no. You see, so we've created that. Okay, let me close that. So the reason why we're creating, let me do this, let me run this so I can go back. So the reason why we're creating this pattern, as I said, that the macros are not, you can't use undo. So once someone clicks this, then it will run, and then you can't undo. So now it meshes up your spreadsheet. So you need to have this pattern. At least if, let's say, someone their hands become heavy on the keyboard, they end up pressing the wrong pattern, then they will see this prompt message to say, okay, are you sure you want to run this macro? And then they will say yes. If no, they'll clearly no, right? So for me, I can't say yes because there's no value there. I need to add an amount. Let me say no. And then we're done here. We can close now this part. And then I add a value there. Let's say maybe it's 150. And then say, please. And then we can press this. And then there's a prompt message. Are you sure you want to run this macro? And then I say yes. See, 16 October, November, and then so you have automated this entire process. You don't have now to delete this, move the entire data to the side, and then all that information, all that process has been recorded. It's on this part now. So what you do is only add the month, the cells for this month, and then you click run. Excel will run everything for you. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it was informative. See you on my next video.